All right, there we go. Go. Music's going. Doing a thing. Awesome. That one is working. Okay. 5. Which? Please pick your poison. Only TikTok has camera because nonsense. Right. What's this point? So who really cares? That's working. That's working. That's working. All right. So, I think for there. Yes, we're really good. Now I can continue working on the changes with them. Ooh. Did you make the astronaut? No, we haven't made the astronaut guy yet. So I've sort of changed focus for how I'm doing or how I'm handling a lot of the NPCs. And I'm changing it to. So we'll get to that because that's the post game. We're doing a lot of the early game stuff. Hey, Oras Mallville guy. What do you mean a Mallville? Hey, welcome back, 7 days. How you doing, bud? Yeah, I want to completely overhaul how the astronaut works. Obviously, I've not really touched the moon since we created the moon. It hasn't really been touched yet. So we have this area, but there's a lot that needs to be done. But I want to focus a bit more on Duford today. What do you mean by Mallville? Because we got Mallville. I turned Mallville into Ours, but the casino. So we can completely overhaul Mallville if we want and turn it into the. I hated the way it looked in Oras, but we can do that. So what we're doing is we want to focus currently on the. We're focusing on Gym 2. I want it so that when you play it, you're not having to restart the game over and over again. So Mallville would be the next update because what we're doing is everything up to this point, up to where the Aqua guys stop you from going any further. So yeah, we can completely turn it into a mall, but so the issue with that would be it kind of puts Lily Cove. So what you turn it into a mall, it would make Lily Cove thing feel a bit pointless. We've also got the extended Lily Cove basement I created. And on top of that, when we get to Evergrande City, obviously we've done half of it. But the eastern part, which is going to lead to a lot more, that's sort of not being looked at. So we're going to lose. That's going to have another like big mall area. So don't know whether. I'm not 100% sure it's going to be worth it. But we'll see. Right, so yeah, but focus. I want to focus. Try to focus. So this is some bits I've been doing on Duford. As you can see, we've extended it to the west, or we've made it bigger. It now connects to this area, which you may recognise, you may not recognise, as the Crystal Caves. So this is our updated Crystal Onyx. Of course, that's now Crystal type, and this is going to be where you get the Crystal Pokemon, the Crystal types, or some of them. But what we're looking at doing is having like 3 different entrances. We've got the one here which is currently blocked off, and then one which will be later, which will lead to the Necrozma. We can either start adding some things for the Gym 2 journey, We can look at upping Gym 2, getting the hard mode. I've realised there's an error there I need to fix. Or we can continue with Green Lodge. What's the story with Crystal Type? So a lot of people wanted us to add Crystal Onyx, which I did. And then I thought if we're going to add Crystal Onyx, I feel like we should... Hang on. It's not changing. Hang on, my code's broken. There we go. That's better. Is that better? There we go. Yeah, so we decided to actually add it as a type. So we've gone through. We've added the crystal type. Hey Avery, how you doing? It just seemed a bit more fun to do than just having some basics. So the main thing with Crystal from the anime is it's immune to water types. So I thought I could just give it an ability like water absorb. That seemed a bit of a scam. So I thought, well, just make it itself. So we still need to create types. The only move we got at the moment is Power Gym. I'm pretty good, Avery. I remember to bring water this time because I really hurt myself last time playing, doing all this. So we've added it there, and I think somewhere we're typing crystal to the code. Full word. Yeah, here. So this horrible mess. This is the type chart. Oh, you can't see it. This here is the type chart. So this is where we've defined the type, so we can see it's. One thing I actually want to do, which I haven't done, is I actually want to make it weak to fire. Someone actually pointed out that in the anime it's weak to fire type, so we've done that. But yeah, so we've just basically just like in its own crystal cave, like it was an Orange Island. It's somewhere for you new to explore. So yeah, so crystal type is now weak to fire. So it should be quite fun. I slowly want to add more, and I want to try and not just add in rock and ice types and call it a day, because that's a very easy, not hop out, but hop out. Do you plan on making any more Pokemon crystal types? Yeah, so we've added quite a few so far. So we go here. If I search crystal in the code, you'll be able to see all the Pokemon which I've added crystal. So far we've got Staryu, Starmie, Sableye, Carbink, Diancie, Necrozma, Deforms, and the Deforms. And then yeah, we've created the Roggenrola, Onyx, Gigalith, Lapras, Lunatone, and Solrock. I think that's a good start for 10. I want to look at adding in. I want to do a Crystal Beedrill. We've started doing it. The sprites are looking quite good, so we'll see. Yeah, Diancie's Crystal too. I think it should be resisted, super effective against rock. It's not, because I didn't. Sorry, I'll get back to you, Aaron. But the reason I didn't make it super effective against rock is because I didn't want it to be too similar to Steel type. Steel type's already strong against rock. It's also strong against Fairy. And I really didn't want it just to be like, oh, it's rock and steel and crystal, too similar. I wanted it to be more on the special side. Crystal Onyx does have better stats. Yeah, it stands up on its own. We'll just have anime exclusive location for the Open World Emerald is the same map as the viewer suggested. It's just I'm making one map, viewer suggested game, and then I'm going to turn it into an open world game. But we're looking to add Crystal Beedrill. So the idea is you take Weedle, evolve it in a Crystal Cave, you get Crystal Kakuna. We're also looking at making Crystal Alakazam. There was a load of suggestions. Someone said an evolution, which is good. But what I think Crystal should be is like a special defensive tank. What Ice isn't, but making it better for taking some hits. So if we look at Onyx Crystal does actually have higher attack. Yeah, has much higher attack. I might actually switch its special defense and things are getting around. Is it going to be ROMable? 100% ROMable. This is playable on your phone. You can play Demo 1 now, which doesn't have crystals in it. But Demo 1 is all the way up to the first gym and a lot of those areas. Yeah, this is every couple of weeks I'll release a new version. Crystal type Eevee that evolves each level Eevee in the crystal place. That would be something I want to do. I'd have to work out the... If we look at it, there's not a big special defense wall, is there, for Eevee? We look at Eon. So Open World Emerald won't have a viewer suggested except for Overworld. So Overworld Emerald is just viewer suggested, just open world. So we're gonna make viewer suggested sort of in a good complete space. So it'll have the same map and everything, and then we'll remove a lot of the blockers. So you'll be able to go to the places. There'll be a lot of the NPCs. There'll be the crystal type. All of that stuff we're adding to viewer suggested will also be in the Overworld game. So you can go to the moon now. It's just if you get to the point in the moon, which is a post-game event, and then you want to do all the stuff I'm adding here, you'd have to reset the game just because of if you want to do story things. Okay, Vaporeon is special attack. If you didn't know, all the evolutions share the same stat spread, just in different stats. They've always got one stat that's 130 and one stat that's 110. What I want to see is which one has bulk special defense, which I think is Umbreon. Yeah, his special defense is 130. Oleon, Finneon, Lumineon. Leafeon is defense. Glaceon is special defense, and Sylveon is again special defense. So maybe we could do like Crystal Eevee, Crystallion, like proper tanky, like high hit points, decent special defense, and then it doesn't hit much. I love this type of stuff. I'm in the process of making my own game in Unity, an open world RPG. That sounds awesome. I looked at Unity briefly at university. A friend of mine he's a game dev now did like a little game dev thing, and we went and we learned a bit of Unity, and it's something I'm tempted to have a go in. DM me. I'd love to have a look at it, because I'm not the biggest fan of open worlds personally, because I like the linear and I like the control the dev can get of making it a decent experience for the player, whereas if you come from all different sides, it can be a bit tougher. Crystallion. Yeah, Crystallion. Or maybe we name it after a crystal, like Emerald Rubion or Diamandion. I did make my own text-based version for my A-level in college. Always wanted to make three. Or I mean, if you've got the bulk of it, which is writing the story and writing the flow of things, which is better than what I ever do. I've always liked the idea of game dev. I mean, I work in software development for a job, but it's something where I liked making Pokemon games just because the tools are there where I didn't have to faff with too much technical things. And obviously you've got a player base of understanding, like they've done all the R&D of building it, and I just put it through myself. Emeraldion, I don't like Emeraldion. Could do something. Okay, we're gonna have to do Crystal Eevee at some point. It's a big passion. Love the idea of having unlimited control, making a game. Yeah, that's it. I was looking around, and like a lot of the stuff I do is like I'm sat there like I'd like to make my own game. I did write I did have a game idea once, which I wrote up, all about sort of based on generative gameplay. So you have your world map, which is generated, and you know it flows over time. So you can affect the world as it goes. Not Geodion, as in because Geodion. The problem with Geodion, I was thinking Geode, but you might be confused with Geodude. But yeah, so I designed this game based off of, you don't have a player, you have a character, and then they can retire. And then you could play as their offspring or someone else in the village. You build it up the village. It starts off like a hamlet. And you develop it, and you could like clear out a Katarina. Thanks for the follow. you can clear out a like goblin hideout, and you can keep them down. But you know they'll grow beside you. You could build through a river and actually flood a dungeon. It would be very isometric, top-down sort of thing. But I think the work to do that would be like insane. I really couldn't. Beryllion. Is there just like a crystal ending in Neon? There should be a rare version where the Pokemon is gold, and it's just as rare as a shiny. We could do. Can we see the Squirtle Fire Station? Squirtle Fire Station isn't worked on yet, Will. I've been mainly focusing on the crystal stuff. Because it's been quite a big update. I really wanted to get right. And I was hoping to get like quite a successful video from it, but that's sort of flopped. But who cares? Yeah, what I really should be doing is working on this. But I don't know how many of you guys have actually played the demo so far. I'm excited. No Marley's. I need to link the full game when it's done. Yeah, it's going to be ages till this is done. What I want to do is each of the gyms and the Elite Four, and then we'll have like, here's a game where I'm not going to make changes like to the story, because there's a lot of story changes we want to make. And once we've got that, I can say, okay, this is version 1. And then from there we can go, here's expansion 1. We got the moon. Here's expansion 2. Here's a new island. Here's expansion 3. We're going to build up the Dinosaur Island in expansion 4, the Champions Guild and expanded Evergrande. And that way, like, you can have the top more. You can get a demo from our Discord. I would say don't go past... You can beat Gym 1, but don't go past Gym 1. Maybe come to Rinchin Town. Giorgio, hello, how you doing, bud? Actually, I think... Yeah, so I've been also adding quite a few new trainers. So where you have hard mode, I've been adding hard mode trainers in. You can get the demo from our Discord. Just go to Discord, pop into the latest releases and do it. Is it just you making it? The few folks? It's me. I'm working on this. I've got a guy helping me who's been fantastic at doing a load of the artwork. So all of the crystal artwork was made by him. Also the front logo he made, which is brilliant. And there's there's other viewers who've joined the Discord and say, "Oh, I've made some artwork. Can we do them?" So I've got some artwork from viewers for new shiny forms. Like there's some absolutely awesome shiny forms we're going to start introducing. We've got some for other crystal types. Someone said gave us a brilliant Torchic Combuskin form today. One of the guys is also working on some maps for us. So if you want to get involved, I can share the GitHub, and you can come in and support us. If we go across here, he's been working on this, which I think is brilliant, which is a sort of Mount Rustboro. So you've got a very Legend of Zelda-y leading to here. So, would you accept original Pokemon Do Not Steal? I'm not sure I'm going to do a steal thing, but I mean, it's a viewer game. It's if you want it in the game, I'll see what I can do. It doesn't have to be, well thought out balance. If it ends up a bit silly, then we can do it as thing. Maybe a post game thing. Yeah, so a lot of these areas just open up the world, and lots post game. It's a sort of very much a slow in progress area. Can you do each gym badge gives you the ability to wild Pokemon type ability to wild encounter that type as a. So I'm not sure what you mean, Will. As a thing. Yeah. So I'm up for adding Fakemons. We could add like an island, like Fakemon Island, where we just have. I'm zooming right out. Maybe somewhere up here. Oh no, we got this big old area here, which we haven't done much on yet. We could expand this up into a like Fakemon Island. We've also got like loads of space to the north here. Ollie, thank you for the follow, bud. Welcome in. So if you beat the electric gym, we got a huge amount of space to play with. I've basically been working on the west and the bulk of it. The badge gives you ability to counter wild electric. We could do that, but I'm kind of keeping the crystal types to here. So it's sort of like it is the crystal caves. That's where they come from, and it sort of makes like lore wise. If you guys remember Lapras Island, which is here. Have I got Lapras? Either way. But you can now catch Crystal Lapras here. It's a 1% chance. It's just popped up, but you get everyone who's liking their live. Appreciate it greatly. Everyone here, you know, on TikTok or YouTube or Twitch, whoever's here from wherever you are. Thank you for being here. Michael, thanks for the follow, and Tyler, thank you for sharing it. So while we're nattering away, and as much as I love nattering to you all, what should we try and work on something? So I'm going to give you guys a choice. We can work on the crystal caves and start developing a crystal cave area, the first floors you can access once you come to Dewford. We can expand down from Dewford, and let's call it like Dewford Woods or something, but the island Dewford. Or we can work on Rinchin Town and develop the story of Green Lodge and start working on more like storytelling stuff. Where can I get your Discord link? My Wi-Fi is going in and out, so I make you repeat you. You can get it in our profile. I'll type it in our profile. Owen. Expanding down, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, so I try when I go live because I've only got a few hours. I've only got an hour and 15 minutes before I've got to pick my wife up. When you complete this, going to send me the link to download and play. It will be available on our Discord. If you want more up-to-date things and like chats throughout the days, come to our Discord. It's on our it's in our profile, and you know, I'll try and do as much as we can there. Okay, so here we go. I did even make a map ready for Dewford. My TikTok thing, so I don't see links in profile. If you go to our YouTube page, we're also live on YouTube. Or yeah, if you go to our YouTube page, it should be in there as well. It's on our YouTube profile. It's in our about. So, does anyone have any ideas on how we're going to start this? Or shall I just do how I normally start things, which is start drawing and going from there? I need to remember to hydrate as well this time. Also, I'd like to know, guys, how is my mic sounding today? I spent quite a bit of time moving it around, fixing a few things. It was at a weird angle, so it wasn't hearing me correctly. Now it should be facing me correctly. I've brought down the levels a bit. It will sound different from the guys listening on TikTok's guys on OBS. Hey, Pog, how you doing? Also, if anyone knows a program that lets me record my camera and like do what I'm doing across multiple places, because I've got a camera on TikTok, I can't put that on OBS. So I need a program where it will cut out the background and then I can put it to everything. You sound very clear and handsome. You obviously got hearing issues. As I say, if you flirt too much, my wife might catch on. How you been, Pog? I apologise for lack of video uploads, but YouTube doesn't like videos over a minute long, and TikTok's pushing videos over a minute long. So what I want to do is more long-form videos for TikTok, where I go like, here's everything in demo 1, and I talk about it. It's just I either need to smash it out and it's a low-quality video, or spend a weekend editing, which is painful as hell. So Dewford, I was originally, when I was thinking about the extended, was dropping down a route here. Like we could carve it out, and we've got a little bit of a entrance route there. I mean, it doesn't look the greatest, and we could throw in something like that in just to fill out the gaps slightly. And then we can head into there. Just one of the things I find is this in Game Maker. No, this is Pori Maps. I do have RPG Maker. It was free recently, but I've never used it. I prefer using the decompiled Emerald, because I can then compile it into a ROM, which you can put on a cartridge. which I mean, when I say that, like literally, you guys have to do it. I can't distribute cartridges. You can play it on any emulator. You play it on your phone. You play it on your Switch. You can play it on your Steam Deck, your computer. So I prefer them, and they also run smoother. I find it runs so much smoother than the RPG Maker games. Like, you get a lot more power in RPG Maker, and for those who haven't got the most technical background, 100% go for it. But yeah, it's just a preference that I have using Decomp. Okay, there we go. There's also a little bit of grass I possibly wanted to add in Dewford somewhere, but we'll work on that later. I'm just going to pull up paint, and I want to do a stitch image, and I'll show you guys what I'm doing in a second. That's my other game. I was working on another game today, this afternoon, so my my coding space is in a little bit of a weird state at the moment. There we go. So if I hit this button, paint appears. So this is paint. So what you're looking at now is, this is the whole world map. You can see there's a couple of issues here and there. Your coding spaces might be fail linting. Oh, my coding spaces are totally not lint safe. I do not have lint running through it at the moment. I'm tempted to do it, but I don't know C lint. And there isn't linting for PoriScript at the moment. How you doing, Liberal? I meant to text you earlier. I need to text you this weekend, get some questions for you. So here we have Dewford. Obviously, we want to make it its own island. Marky, thanks for the follow, bud. Idea, you know, as in the Pokemon Darkrai, as in, or is this person? As in, not that. I don't have a Darkrai sprite. Got Arceus, I got Archie. I thought I had Darkrai sprite. If your other coding space fails, then try more dusting. Always keep your code clean, guys. Object. I do not have a Darkrai sprite. These are all the custom sprites I did add. How embarrassing. But yes, I do know Darkrai. You can't find Sprite, try 7-Up. I recently found out Americans call our lemonade Sprite. Because they're Americans, they call everything wrong. So Dewford. I think we'll have... That's not a good colour pencil. Put it in white. So we'll have it come down a bit more... Maybe like that. Just... I don't think we want much space. I'm just thinking something like that. We'll have like a dojo here. And actually what I think we're going to do is a late game area here. Which is going to lead to the Tower of Water. Because if we have the Tower of Water in, we can add Surging Strike Urshifu. And this means we don't really have to add much. We can add in here. Hello, mate, you can't offer me jack. You can't offer me anything. That is an offer I can't refuse, isn't it? Man. Anyone that ever comes into your streams and offers you something, the best price ever. This is why you can have 2 viewers. 2 viewers sounds like too many. This just restream. That's the gimmick now. I can see you all across. I can catch you all from across multiple streams. Okay. I was thinking of mini games where you can fight a couple of characters and then Darkrai. You mean Darkrai the person? If it's Darkrai the Pokemon, like spelled like this. Or is it like a character from the anime, because I don't know the anime that much. So if it is, I apologize. That's not a trigger warning. That's Tower of Water, guys. Don't worry. This is a... I'd like to think it's a trigger safe location. I might have made a mistake by putting the Stellaris soundtrack on for background music, because I'm sat here and all I want to do now is play Stellaris. Yeah, okay, yeah, so Darkrai I don't actually have. I was going to make like New Moon. Nobody wants these Funko nonsenses. Hey Rob, how you been? It's been a long time since I've seen you, bud. Not anime. Yeah, so it is the Pokemon. So I was thinking about adding like New Moon Island, and that way we can just deal straight up with, and that way we can just add it in a cool way like they do in the original gen. No, that's the wrong cave. Is it Onyx Cave Island? There we are. Been muchly while. How's the game coming along? It's coming along so well. I'm working on a different one. There's some Stellaris expansion Delios coming. There's always Stellaris expansion Delios. And every time they come out, I want to play them. But then I can't sit down and play them for like a 16-hour weekend because the wife gets annoyed. Yeah, so I released demo 1 of the game you're in, Rob. And then I sort of like, well, I was a bit unsure where to go from there. And I was trying to drive more views on TikTok. So I thought, let's try something else. And I did try the video. I did try this idea months ago, and I sort of went back to it, which was doing viewer suggested. So this is what I've been working on. Is we're working on a game with pretty much purely viewer suggestions, but it is Emerald because it's easier to adjust Emerald. So you can see like we've extended Rustboro. If we click this button, Leaf appears. We got a guy who yells at you if you talk to him too many times. Red's in the game. He's there. Over the weekend, we added in Faulkner. You can tell he's made not by the professionals. Actually, subscription £10 a month for the... That would actually... £10 a month. The thing is, I have a lot of the DLC. And what I love about Stellaris and all of their games is if one person has the DLC, everyone has it in the online game. So, like... So I'm and Alex and his brother play it a lot, and like normally DLC comes out around Alex's birthday. Try not to dox him too much here. So we tend to play with him who's got it all. Yeah, very very communist. That's what's so good. But it does mean like we play it with Alex, and we get so used to a certain style of play. Next time we play it, and single player is like. I don't know how to play this. Always looks so fun watching you edit this. I'm glad you enjoy watching me basically code. What if you sail in the darkness and fight, I don't know, Cynthia and then Darkrai? So Cynthia is already in the game. She may not have the correct look to her. Don't tell her I said that. She'll get very mad at me, but she is technically already available. So this gives us no space. Yes. Oh, when that was ages ago. Not. I didn't get it. So I am continuing where I am now, which is a shame because that was like the perfect role for me. But they wanted someone who was more hands-on coding. Like, why are you hiring an architect and then being upset that they wanted a teacher coder to be an architect instead of teaching an architect how to code? Was another champion another champion? So this is going to be a block point where we access Tower of Water. If we bring this down to here, we can fill that in. That gives us a decent spot. If you've got any ideas, Rob or anyone, please jump them in. This is very much like a group thing. We do want to add some grass. And annoyingly, these tiles don't have encounters on them. Cynthia in around the beach house with lethal piano music on. Pretty much. She hasn't got the music yet because I'm trying to learn how to add music. I was having a read last night. We were playing Palworld last night, and while Matt was taking forever to do anything, I was reading up some of the stuff. But yeah, Cynthia is here. I know it's Leaf at the moment, but this is your Cynthia fight. There's also what I've called a troll mode, because a lot of the ideas viewers give, you guys are mean and give some of the most monstrous ideas ever. And if we look at like Route 1, if you stand on this square with troll mode on, it teleports you to Cynthia. So it is now a thing you turn on and off. There's also like a guy who gives you 10 magic ups every time you talk to him. I've turned that off. Turned that into like troll mode only. It just means like if you guys have more silly ideas, we can include them. But without having to like break the immersion. So that's going to be a point there. And we want the dojo over that way. I'm thinking we'll have it loop into there. And then we can have a couple of like extra routes we can flip around. Close that corner off. I'll have you like coming up. And then we also want the edge. So I think what we'll do, and don't clip me saying this, but we're going to start edging. Very important piece of technology you can use as a coder, and that's to edge. Keeps business on edge. And we're just going to throw in a little bit of watery areas. And push that button. Something like that. We'll bring that down to the lower map. Okay, so we have this, and in the middle, I want to offer our grass. Hey, Viperman, how you doing? Wesleyan, no, this is not Game Maker. This is Polymaps. So this is actually is decompiled emerald. So instead of using Game Maker, I've got to sort of do the coding myself. So Polymap is hang on, I've hit all the wrong buttons. Yeah, is this program which allows me to manipulate the map, put in events. So let's say I want to add in Arceus. Yeah, it's there. But then I need to like open up the scripts myself and write like the scripts into this point and attach it in. Not that button, that button. But this all runs on like a load of C++ code. Would be cool. A flooded forest, I think, would be awesome. Actually, not so much a flooded forest. Thanks for the fist bump, bud. Appreciate it. Yeah, I've looked at RPG Maker, Game Maker. I have got RPG Maker XP because it was recently free. But I've just like using decomp. I used to use binary hacking. That's your tools like Advanced Map, Advanced Smart, but they're very finicky. You're straight up just hacking. You're putting your hacks into hex code, which is a right pain. So I just want to add a connection in here. So instead, I've gone into decomp because obviously I've got a background in having a background in coding makes it a bit easier. Plus this will be a ROM. Yeah, so that's the big difference between sort of Game Maker and decomp. Is by the end of this, you will get out a playable ROM. Whereas in Game Maker, you got EXs, which they're very good because you get, with the benefits of doing Game Makers, you get a lot more freedom. There's a lot of tools there that have done a lot of the work, and you can lift, and you can do pretty much everything in one program. But you end up with EX at the end. But decomp, you need a bit more technical knowledge because obviously you're working with C and you need to have like WSTL installed on your computer to be able to compile things. But you end up with a ROM in the end that runs identically to Emerald. So overall, it's preferable, but there's a few things. Add gun. Can I look at the legendary? We got all legendaries up to Gen 8 at the moment because they are called hack ROMs. Yeah, they're called they're hacked ROM because we're pretty much just hacking them. Do you have a favorite ROM hack? The best ROM hack I've played is probably Unbound, but I have a real soft spot for one of the first ones I played called Liquid Crystal. It's an old one and it was never finished, but it was basically Johto, but they upgraded it a bit, and I might do some videos or some streams on it. But yeah, you go through Johto, then you go through Kanto, and then you get to Orange Islands. And this was back before decomp, so this was all done in binary, which is incredible. It had like all the Pokemon in, like really good ways to find legendary Pokemon and stuff. But yeah, Unbound is just a solid one. We were doing. I haven't done it's not one I've done a Nuzlocke with yet, but I'd love to. I mean, I don't play him as I used to. Hey, Bog, have I muted myself? What do you mean by look at legendaries? Sorry, I don't know if you didn't hear me. But I mean, I really liked Infinite Fusion. That was good fun. Inclement Emerald I enjoyed, but Guy is a good one if you want to get started. You use Hexmaniac? No, I do decompiled Emerald. So this program is Pori Maps, which handles all my maps. So you can like draw on your maps here. You can add events. So you only start with the default ones in the things. Oh, you want to look at the sprites? Yes, sure. 2 seconds. So you've got the ones that are pretty much in the Emerald code. If you want to add any extra ones, you've got to add them yourself. So like these are all the sprites I've had to manually add myself. Although Suicune's missing. And then anything else is like done in C. So sorry, I'm going to interrupt it. But the code is pretty much done in Visual Studio Code. So you have scripts that look like this. So I'll just zoom in. This is called Pori script, which is what handles the event stuff. So this is how you do the Onyx encounter. If you've seen the videos, we have Crystal Onyx. But this handles all of that and sets the wild battle. But then if you want to like do things in the actual code, let's go to Pokemon.c. This is like a straight up C file. This is where we like set the shiny odds. If we go to the bottom, this is the code for like adding level caps on and stuff. Adding a new Pokemon in, you add it in here, and this is where I can alter the stats of a Pokemon, the types of a Pokemon. Where I've added in the battle controller type effectiveness. So this is where I added in crystal type. This is where we define how strong or weak the types are. So this is why I like decomp, because I can go straight into the engine and change this. I've ordered this game. This is the game. Or you mean this? Yeah, these are all the sprites I've added. They're not added into the game yet. So like there is an Arceus event created, and there's half the Palkia event created. You can get Raikou, Entei, and Suicune, but the other ones aren't fully added yet. A lot of that's going to be post-game stuff. What more features except have you added? So I haven't added many because there's some genius people out there who have added some awesome things. I know in my other game I've got the quest menu from Unbound. I'm tempted to add the Unbound menu for this, but I haven't. But we have got like the Pokédex. We've got the Pokénav. We've got toggleable shoes. We've got all Pokemon up to Gen 8, not Gen 9 at the moment. We've got to use an older version, which is where I got the like custom surf animations. So like all Gen 3 Pokemon have their own unique surf animation. What else we got? We've got a lot of the little quality of life things. The black and white, that's Kyurem and Reshiram. They're the ones from black and white. But it's something we can add more of. So a lot of people are saying, can we have like a cool latest encounters? Like, yeah, we can do that. There's some other games I want to do myself. I don't want to pile it all onto this. I was having a look last night. So I've been commissioned to make work on a bit of a game for someone else. So it's just a small like proof of concept thing. I was working on that, and one of the things I was playing with was Safari Zone, and utilizing the Safari Zone to have areas where you don't have any Pokemon, but you can catch Pokemon, and use that to then like progress the story. And this whole thing, it's a bit of a creepypasta sort of thing. So I'm working like a time loop game where once you do so many steps, it refreshes and stuff. I was really impressed how far Pokemon Unbound push limits. This is it, yeah. Since they've done decomp, things have gone insane. And things are going to get further and further. Things are going to get more and more just impressive. Like in some of like the prep Discord servers and stuff, the things they're working on are just incredible. Kyle, I ain't going to ever stop hacking. Yes, what's your idea for them? Like this was something I quite liked, was using the Lost Woods style, so it loops on itself. Like no matter where you go, it'll always be a circle. Why do you need to hack the game? Because I want to make a new game. If I didn't hack the game, we just have emeralds. If we hack the game, we can do it. This is it with all of your guys' ideas. As you can see, with all the legendaries in, stolen ideas hack. That's the one. Stolen ideas hacks. I've got my own one, which is great. It's so dodgy. This is why I can't sell it. Nintendo get mad when you sell Pokemon games, so I'm just doing it for fun. Because everyone's bored of playing Emerald over and over again. Let's make our own one. And like fix all the problems they had. Like extending Dewford, which we're making very little progress on. Vipermon, the donut. Impressive. Thank you, bud. Nuzlocke. So I actually have got code for a Nuzlocke game. Where it like forces you to... Actually, I've someone put together some incredible code to do all sorts of like different challenge modes, which I've been looking at. I'm tempted to add like Nuzlocke mode. They're based on Super Earth. No, I've not played Helldivers yet, so it's on my list, and I've been very tempted to buy it, but I need to get the other guys into it. Now, this is just Super Hoenn. We're just making Hoenn a big old thing. Nah, I wouldn't hack that. Because that's a game in development that's fun and unique, and it's a multiplayer game. I ain't gonna hack a multiplayer game. If it's a single player game and I get bored of it, yeah, I'll hack it. Although there was one game which it calls itself an MMO, but it's not. And they don't even have leaderboards or anything. They calls it an MMO just so that he can make money off of it. I hacked the hell out of that because I got bored of... He was turning it very much into how much money can he make of this game, and selling like overpriced, massively overpriced MTX. But it was really easy to hack. So it's like, all right, I'm just going to go in and change the code. And, oh, look, I've got all the DLC now for free. Well, not DLC. Oh, I've got all of the MTX stuff for free. I think I eventually got banned from it, but well, I was bored by the game by then. Super Hoenn needs so much lyrics. I mean, Wesleyan, this game is going to have so much more water. No, it's not RuneScape. RuneScape, I am not able to hack. Not even tried, because I still enjoy RuneScape. It's been a while since I've played, like I played RuneScape 3, and I really enjoy it, but I mean, I enjoyed it. I got fed up with it recently. We're going to be doing some... My wife is getting my old computer because I built a new one. So we're getting a new office, and we're going to go and do a group Iron Man thing. It's on... I can't even remember the game of it. It's like... It's some random one I played years ago. Were you planning on increasing the physical size of Hoenn, making all towns bigger, more populated? I'm making all of Hoenn much larger. If we hit this button here, this is the sort of world map, and you can see where we've where Little Root is. It's a bit off, but Little Root now connects up to here, and we've got Little Root Harbour. We've got all these new routes. We can see there's like a new town here. I've created an extended area for Rustboro, in which case we're going to do much of that. In RuneScape 3, they do have RuneScape 3. Well, RuneScape, they never so much had a second or third one. They just developed. So, modern RuneScape is called RuneScape 3. Old school RuneScape is RuneScape 2. And RuneScape Classic, which I don't think you can play anymore, was RuneScape. Was the original RuneScape. Fave Gen. For gameplay-wise, Gen 3. I'm a big fan of Hoenn. And nostalgia, played the hell out of it. For Pokemon designs, like physical looks, I really like what they did with... I really like the new gen for that. But I think the sweet spot for like everything might have been like Gen 4, Gen 5. But yeah, so you can see where we've been like just extending stuff. So it is Hoenn. We're straight up just turning Hoenn into a new map. Gen 3 needs physical special split. This game has the physical special split. We have stuff when you put and all that. What if you get a time machine, go back to fight the OG dragon, and the 3 dragon came back to present, and then you have to fight them? If we can work out the OG dragon, then hell yeah. Much love to your work. Thanks, Sven. Glad to see you here. I'm trying my best to do as much of the work as I can. So we're working on here is just expanding Dewford to give a bit of space. And what I like about expanding the towns is it gives us a way to introduce new Pokemon that you wouldn't have otherwise seen. Because we have up to Generation 8 Mons, we need some way to like get them into a playable. So this allows us to do that. It's going to do that. Thanks for popping in, Pog. It's good to see you, bud. Remember to join our Discord, and you can see sort of like more up-to-date things and the list. And eventually, I'll upgrade our Discord. I'm just so lazy with. I hate Discord stuff. I used to run a large Discord server, and it burnt me out on doing what I need to do on R1, make it like usable. Let's actually close off that bit. I'm going to bring this all across. Yeah. What I really like from Kanto is how you exit your house and you see a body of water. Yeah. Kanto is probably one of the best designed regions of all of them. And it's amazing it was made in the 90s. But in the 90s, obviously, there was still a lot of hard, fast rules for gaming. And Kanto, well, Pokemon Red and Blue, or Green even, being like right at the early starts of game development, they were still following sort of a lot of how things went. And that foreshadowing, like, the whole game is one big circle, really. You follow everything, which is fantastic. And you know, where you end up looping back yourself actually goes through. Seeing things like the surfing area, which leads you to the power plant, seeing yourself surfing back from there. If you surf normally, you'll go past all the those like wave islands to get all that stuff. It's a thing, and the non-linear thing, which is like you've got the normal flow, but after you beat Misty, you can do anything. I did Catch a Million last year, which is a charity event, and I might do it this year if I'm free. But I joined that. I did Professor Oak's challenge, and like doing that on the original Red was so fun, playing Pokemon in a complete new way. Jock and Dewport should have made a creator. We could do Shuckle. Yeah, so Wild Shuckle's here. Done. 5% encounter rate. Shuckle. So one of the things I sort of want to do is, so the people who are playing this game have played Pokemon before. There's no question you're not going to be picking up my Pokemon Emerald up to level 9s. Not playing my one without having played Pokemon before, so we don't have to handhold players too much. So what I want to do is sort of give it like almost a benefit, a bit like you're getting Pokemon that are going to help you to gym with those hard modes and stuff. The fish shack below Dewford. Yes. Well, like, yeah, we can do a fishing app. I'm just gonna disappear for 2 seconds, guys. I need to do a toilet run. No Discord link on YouTube. Sorry, Scott. No, that's... Brilliant. I was muted. I can't remember any of that. So let me catch up. So you're talking about Magikarps. We'll let slow. I'm just an idiot. It was me. I came in hot. I was screaming and yelling. No, I'm not screaming and yelling. I only do that when I'm playing golf. So what I was saying was I have got a little... So in my other game, which I'd love you all to play, Pokemon Trials, this is my fully custom Pokemon game, it has... I just want to see if I've got... So we can do something here. It's got custom quests. And there is somewhere where you can start doing what I call a giant fishing quest. So there's all these little spots around the map. And if you find them and interact with them, once you start the quest, you do basically a giant fight. And you fight like a totem water Pokemon. And you get like reasonably cool item for it. So that could be good. Something we could look at like doing. Depends if people want the Unbound quest menu added to this game. Like, I haven't yet. I mean, there's a lot of things I haven't done yet. But what software is this? This software is Pokemon. This is called Pori Maps. It's a software used in Decompiled Emerald to do the map drawing, event drawing, and all that stuff. So it works with Decomp Emerald, which is here. And you can see you can see if you turn your phone sideways or watching us on another place or on a computer, you can see on the side here. But basically, there's loads of files which will make the game up. So if I wanted to, I don't know, make so here's a config file. So if I wanted to like make some changes to the config, like. How Shedinja needs a ball to need the difference between genders and hippos. The Shuckles make berry juice. Do legendaries have perfect IVs? All of these things. Like, what generation do we want? This is where I'd set them. But by the way, can you look at the volcano map and check how big? I keep struggling with that map. Honestly, the volcano's not that big in this. I think it's going to offer pseudo legendaries not too late into the game. Best time I think to offer pseudo legendary is about it's around 5th, 6th badge, depending on the sort of game you're making. In this game, you get Beldam post game, and you get what the other one in Meteor Cave, which I like. It benefits exploring. But if they're going to be offered, they need to be like difficult to find. Yeah, that's the volcano. If we look at it in game, it's actually a dungeon, isn't it? Lava Ridge. We'll go from here. Yeah, so the volcano, you've got this bit, and this is all it is. So that's how big it is. We're gonna start building it into everything. Yeah, but pseudo legendaries, you also need them later. Oh, what the bit? Oh, this bit. I don't know. I don't know how big that is. It's something I'd have to pull everything out because I need to rejig it all around because there's a lot of issues with how things are looking at the moment in the overworld. Yeah, I would be careful with that as well because a lot of it's going to be moving around as I fix some of the earlier game areas. Like I just had to move everything across by 2 earlier today. So, how long have I got? I got 40 minutes till I have to get the wife. Yeah, so yeah, pseudo legendaries. You either get them late or you have them available, but tough to find. Like something you really hunted to get. There we go. I know in the other game, which I am going to reference it a lot because it's one which is I spent more time like balancing, whereas this one doesn't really have the same level of balancing that one does. Pseudo legendaries are like very late game things which you've really got to like hunt down and work for earning. We've got a little bit of issue with the edges, but the problem when we're working on these style of tiles. Okay. Oh, that's one we can... No, we can't. We can always put other things in to block it out. And let's bring that up. There we go. We're getting there. So we got the fishing hut here. This area is pretty much locked off until you get... What do we think would be a good time to offer... Urshifu, because some games offer them quite early, like, and as they do the same with like pseudo legendaries, because the level cap's quite fast, and they're designed to be tough. So getting a pseudo legendary is like really bloody helpful. But for this game, it's not super hard. Before the 84, so maybe. Okay, actually, what we could do is we can have it. You come through. This place is like, it's locked off. You can come around, and then we're gonna make another map. I'm gonna call it Hour of Water. We'll name it all later, and we're gonna add in Buford Extended onto the right hand side. I'm just going to make it, I think 30 by 30 should do. And we can use, is it west? or east. And we can use the battle arena over here. And this is all going to be very rough here. And we can literally have it like, if you want to get to the battle arena, or whatever, you have to surf up to it. So it's like you can get it before the Elite Four. But you need to... You can get it before Elite Four, but you need like all the gyms. And it's somewhere you could like... you can... Where's the tile? There's the tile. You can like surf to it. But you're not actually able to get up without being able to, you know, literally waterfall. So you can get teased by it once you start like, oh, what's over there? I need to make sure we've got a gap just because we're transferring from one style of tile set to another. But that's something we can fiddle with later. Did you move HM Pokemon? Yes. You do not need HMs to travel around the world. You need HMs to travel around the world. You do not need Pokemon who know the HM to travel around the world. To use a HM, you need to have the correct gym badge, and you need to have the HM unlocked. You have to find the HM, and then you can use it. Oh God. I think you need a Pokemon that could learn it. It's like to surf, you still need like a surfable Pokemon. To use cut, you still need a Pokemon that can use cut. I'm gonna widen this by 6. So what I'm doing here is there's a slight issue with just how things work. Because these two maps are using two different tile sweeps, it's going to look weird. So to stop some weird loading issues, I just need to create a buffer between them where it's not going to load in without it being ready. We do that by giving a 6 tile, 6 tiles to work with. So that it will load, once you get to this point, it won't have loaded these tiles in. And it will load those in. Hey Charles, I'm Charles. Hey Corridon, how you doing, bud? How you been? So I just want to go to... I want to see if you can build this off of itself. Right, kind of like a... bear with me. Oh, we do it like that, don't we? That what do we think of that? A way to make it... We'd have to bring it down, wouldn't we? Ain't the best. This is the problem when I'm just... It'll be a placeholder. We can work on like the proper things properly. Hang on, sorry, I'm just catching up. Angelo, I'd really like to make Gen 3 ROM hack. I don't know anything about modding or hacking. Which program should I use? Because I don't want to add new Pokemon physical states, just a little modification. So, if you're just doing light modifications, what thing? Are you talking about just changing the maps and some like internal things? In which case, I would say look at doing binary hacking. Look at it, just download an Emerald, use Advanced Map, and go from there. Because it'll look like what I'm using, and then you just drag everything around. And if you're not, and then you can get something called Advanced Trainers, which lets you just change trainers, and it's all done through like drop-down boxes and stuff. You don't need to understand how coding works. You literally do it by dropping in an Emerald game and going from there. So you have to have compilation. It's a ROM, so it's runnable on anything you already do running from. Hey man, long time since I joined Biz Report. Don't worry, Emmett. It's when you're here, and that's what's important. Skitty, where's the link for Discord? It should be in the about section of our YouTube profile if you can't find it. I might be able to post it. Hang on. What's it called? Pokemon binary hack. Yeah, that's called binary hacking. There's sort of like there's sort of three main ways of doing hacking. So the oldest one is binary hacking, which is where you take the game, and if I open up why is my button not working? There we go. So let's go into back. Let's go down to a nice dark area here, so we don't have to close the map. So binary hacking, it's so you've got your game, which you can't see. You've got your game, which is all well and good, and it's sort of made up of all these hexadecimal values, and that sort of like said it's got a location, and then it's got like what code like the machine reads. What you do in binary hacking is you literally read this value and say go to location X and change the code from Charmander to be Squirtle or something, and it's done by doing drop down boxes. And like, okay, so this trainer might have like, it might look like, let's say it's May. Actually, I want to change May to this other one, and you're just changing one for one, like for like. It makes it harder doing events and like adding scripts in. Like I once made a signpost, but I forgot to check for empty memory slots. There's loads of empty memory in the ROM, fortunately. So normally you have to check for empty memory when you're doing like scripting and the events. So when you do that, if you forget to do that, like I accidentally ended up, if you make it longer than it is, it ends up over-rolling, pushes everything up, and you end up like teaching a Bulbasaur karate kick. I taught Bulbasaur karate chop instead of it. It's when I was changing a sign, for example. Yeah, then you've got decomp, which just has all the files, every single file in its subsequent, just like pure code. So you can make as many changes as you want, and then it just gets all made into one playable ROM. And then probably the most common one is a lot of people use sort of RPG XP, which is nice and easy to use. And you don't need much knowledge, but you end up with an EXE at the end. But the benefit about that over like doing it this way, you're limited to 32 megabyte. Like you don't have much space to play with, and there is no like UIs or anything. So adding in Pokemon, you've got to literally do it by the code. RPGX Maker, it's made to do this sort of thing. There's something called Pokemon Essentials, which has, or Pokemon SDK, which has everything already ready to go. You just import that, and boom, you're ready to code. And because it's an EXE, there's no limitations, so that's why they've done like Infinite Fusion. You can have 10,000 Pokemon and no issues. You don't understand it. So you want to look at binary hacking. You want to look at a program called, I'll type this out. You want to look at, nice big font. Not that big font. Do you want to look at Advanced Map? Where's my... I've lost my thing. Yeah, you want to look at something called Advanced Map. And this will let you, you know, hack Emerald maps without any coding knowledge. There's also something called Advanced Trainer for hacking trainers. Advanced Smart, Hack Smarts. So those you'll be able to do and be able to like make changes for things without any complexities. You don't have to deal with any coding, any events. If you're just making changes like what Pokemon or people have or where they're located, or just adding a new house, that's your way to do it. But it's coming along good, Aimed. We're slowly getting through and stuff. What program does the drag and dropping for you? This one. This program, I use it. This one is called Pori Maps. It's identical pretty much to Advanced Map. I think there is another program you can use these days. There might be another version. Advanced Map is very old, and there might be a new one, which I can do some research in if you want, Angelo. I want to do some like videos on it. I know you've already expanded Evergrande, but could you make expand it so it's actual city? Yeah, so that's the plan, Scartulli. Evergrande isn't finished yet. We're still very early on, and it's gonna once we get to the Elite Four, we'll do it. But you can see this route here to the right. That's going to lead to the shops, the towns, the challenges, and all this stuff. It's an advanced event changer. There is not. There's well, yes and no. You need the thing with binary hacking is you need a whole suite of different programs, and every program needs a thing. No, this is VSG Coridon. This is viewers suggested. So like every program in binary hacking is made to specifically look at a specific point in the code. So you either get like, I think it's XSE is used for just like straight up changing the events of used for changing events, and you like have to manually code them in and stuff. Makes them a bit of a faff. But there are ones for, I think there's one for changing signs and changing like NPC text. So you can just say, I want to change their text, and as long as it's within so many characters, like you're not going to have these issues. And there's also one for like changing the starters and stuff. So it basically depends on how much you want to do. You can do everything in binary hacking. And I'm sure the tools have got better. I've not done binary hacking since I was like in about 10 years. I used to do it in school. And like it's a great place to start off. But if you want to do more complex stuff, you look at Decomp or you look at RPG Maker. Like as good as everything is, that they're just more powerful. It's two different tools, two different things. Not random, just lens. Like, I think it'd be funny if there's a random hobo just slumming it. Who was level 100. Yeah, I like that. Just some random guy like, welcome to Evergrande City. This guy rocks up and just batters you. You just get absolutely battered. I will get back to Pokemon Trials at some point, Coridon. I'm really having fun doing this, and a lot of the stuff I will like transfer over, like Lost Woods and stuff. Research some of our studio experience. How easy to learn C++? It's very easy. I've never done. I'm not a C++ coder. I'd never done C++ until I did this. But you don't have to know C++ to use this. So what I have here. So this is let me go to something with actual code in it. So this is what the code looks like from the game normally. And it uses INC files. And it's maps. And it's just a load of calls to... It's kind of like Python. If you know Python, you can probably get around boy scripting. And it basically just calls a piece of code in C++. I want to go to a custom area I've made with lots of code in. I haven't really written massive amounts of code anywhere. Let's go to the extended here. So this is my code for Rasparoti. So this is what we call PoriScript, which is you have to add it yourself to your ROM hacking, but it's its own language, and it basically turns it into those other things I showed you. My Python experience from 10 years ago, you don't need to know Python, but if you've used Python, it's that kind of high-level scripting language. It doesn't go deep into it. So like, I've got some videos I've been working on. I just need to edit them on tutorials, and like so, every map script has all these scripts. So these are the scripts you give to an object, be it an NPC, be it a statue, be it a sign. So you write one, you say script, name it, put that name into your object. And then you're just sort of like giving some actions for it. So this is a trigger point. So when you stand on this point, it will start this script. So lock means you can't put inputs anymore. Play BGM, play background music. What song? False. I can't remember what that does, but yeah. So play the encounter music. Message. That just literally puts a message box on that. Format just automatically stops it from running of line. Apply movement means move this object. Really easy. So you write the object script. It's literally walk up, walk left, walk right, face up, walk fast, jump up. And then apply movement. That's what object to do. Every object has an ID. This just waits for that movement to be done before it continues the script. Delay 15 just allows the music. And then trainer battle. Start a trainer battle. What trainer battle do you start? Start that one. This is the intro text. That's the outro text. So literally you see down here, intro text, outro text. And then I have it calling another script afterwards. So once you've beaten her, another message book, set a flag. This flag makes her disappear when it's done. Set variable, stops you from fighting her again. Apply movement so she walks away and remove the object. An item ball is just literally find item. What's the item? Here's the giant the totem Riolu. Like so, if you battled the Riolu before, then don't run this script. Stop the player from doing an input. Message, giant Riolu. Set totem boost. Boost stats by this. Set a wild battle. This Pokemon, this level has this item. Do the battle. Once the battle's over, set a flag, give a message, give an item. Again, it's almost writing in English. The basic level coding, it's all you need to do. And this adds 90% of things. Is when you're going into more complex things, that's when you have to do C code. Adding a level cap, that has to be done in C code. I wrote a lot of stuff around a tournament system that needed C codes. So it depends on how much you want to get into it, but you can do 90% of things, like just adding trainers and stuff without having to understand all of that. Do you share your code and Pastebin? The code's all available. The code's not available on GitHub. Is it available? No, it's a hidden thing. If you got a GitHub, I can add you as a collaborator and stuff. But when I'm doing the tutorials, all of the code will be on Pastebins or in our Discord channel. So I did do like a 7-minute where I just rambled for 7 minutes. I want to do like a series of 1-2 minute videos going through various things. So I've got one I've finished for making your starter selection. So I'll do like, here's how to start a starter. Here's how to like start an item. And then you guys are like, oh, how do I do this? Well, and then I want to start doing based on what you want to see. And just a quick 2 minutes things, but nice and obvious. And I'm trying to use them up because there's already loads of guides out there. But like most coding, they're very boring and very slow. And I want to try and make it accessible. Messing around a few times, do it. Sorry, I do not speak Spanish. I have no idea what that means. Apologies. If someone could translate or you could translate, I might be able to answer it. I know it's a question, and I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. But I think I'll do some messaging. Yeah, no, do it. It's the problem with decomp is it's a bit awkward thing making a game. This isn't a brand new. This isn't a completely new game. This is. I mean, it's very much is Hoenn still. I do like. I've really enjoyed making my own custom region, but I needed a break just because I was burning out. Are you enhancing the Emerald? Yes, I'm enhancing Emerald in this one. Thank you, Dan. Alt Mas, thank you for the follow, bud. Yes, you can see we've gone down from Dewford. We're adding some things. So honestly, I don't really think Dewford has loads going for it. Just the way it works without breaking things. DVH, thank you for the follow, bud. Welcome on in. How you doing? I got about 20 minutes before I got to get my wife. So now's your time to ask as much of your questions as you can. And we'll go through as much as we can do. But what do we think of this? So we've got the fishing hut here. We've got Tower of Water. Yeah, I know that looks crap, but it's a placeholder. We can't get there anytime soon. So far, wild Pokemon, we got Shuckle. Solid, just Shuckle. And we'll add the western area. Yeah, let's add the Dewford Extended. We'll add the Dewford Dojo. Dewford Dojo Overworld. And we'll start adding that in. I got to go, but sure check your live section. Yeah, so I try to do a live once a week. Basically, my wife goes away to some like crafting day, so I get like 2 hours to code. Maybe now and again I get some extra time. But Dan, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I'll if you join our Discord, I do announce them on there when we're live. Otherwise, I try to do as much as we can elsewhere. I don't really have the time to do as much as I'd want to, but as long as you guys are enjoying it, then what's it matters? What's the Discord? It's linked in our it's linked in our profile. So if you head to our profile, you'll see the link there. I can't share it in messages; they get blocked. TikTok are very hot on that. Up. Apologies if you hear me drinking water, but if I don't, I absolutely crush my throat. Last week, I swear I could taste blood because I was talking so much without any water, and I get very chatty when I stream. Route 107, I need. Route. There we go. Yep, thanks, Wesleyan. Hope you enjoyed your time here. We'll see you again next time. Well, let's go for that shape. Just a little bulbous jutting out. I don't want that shape, do I, actually? I want them to be surrounded in water. Something like that. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. The only issue when I stream is I don't end up with anything to show you guys on videos. Because, like, where I'm bouncing around so much and showing you random pieces of code and talking and displaying things, we end up with an absolute hodgepodge of things all over the place. It's very difficult to then take and edit into something coherent, cohesive. So I want to block that bit. Actually, we'll have the nice open. We'll have this nice and open. Like that. And again, just a small bit of whatevering over here. And we'll top the trees. Brilliant. And then we want our of a large house there. It's going to become our dojo. I wish I had something a bit better I could throw down. That's frustrating. That is really frustrating. Let's make a custom tile quickly. Let's take this and turn it into a custom tile with that underneath. Like that, and then we can do the same for this. Add a cave that only has basically this. Where would you like us to put that? We can do that. Where, like, how early into the game? How late into the game? Can you add Fire Emblem mini game where you move Pokemon into grid? If you want to play that, there's. I mean, that would involve me rewriting the entire game. So I'm going to say no to that Milky purely because the work I'd have to require to do that would be more than like all the other work I've put into every other piece of the game combined. Why is this Snorlax at the end of Victory Road? Because that's what someone asked us to do. Someone said, add Snorlax to the end of Victory Road. So I said yes and added it. Maybe hid away very early enough to the first gym to... Yeah, so I want to put the things quite in. I don't know all the tools for Pokemon hack tools, but extract file need parts. Go to the frequency asked questions, Angelo. I think it's like Pokemon hack tools is the thing. But... No, that website's fine. If you go to the frequently asked questions, it tells you there. I can't remember though. How do I awaken it? You can get the flute from your bed. It's really lackluster at the moment. That was like one of the first things I added. Someone said add it to the add the thing to the add a Snorlax to the end. Yeah. So there is literally a script here. Yeah, you find a Pokemon file. Why was it in your bed? A hero to pseudo would be amazing. A hero pseudo, a zero to pseudo would be amazing actually. Yeah. But yeah, so you can get the from either of the beds. You can get the flute in. I'm gonna change that and make it a bit more exciting. But for now, that's what we're left with. So apologise. Add a light type that's both super effective and weak against dark. So I'm gonna hold off making any more types for the moment, as we could spend all day making like different types. And there's like, I'm just gonna stick with crystal for the moment, but we could start like adding like new crystal, the light types. I know someone sent me a design for sound type as well. There is a ROM hack that has like 1,000 different types, which if you want to try, I'd go say just try some of that. Most say one of the best things you've added to make the game so math is evolving in battle. Evolving in battle shouldn't be too... Evolving in battle would be quite hard to do, because you have to interrupt the whole battle script to do another check. I'm just thinking about if it might be possible. Cave Arth's first gym that only spawns them. What's this being made on? This is being made in... So the maps are being made in Pori maps. The code is made in Pori script and C++. It's called Pokemon Decompilation. So Cave in the... Well, I think we should, instead of just dumping all the pseudo legendaries in one place, we should spread them about. Like, if we go here, and if you can work your way to this area, you get all the Honedges here. Maybe we should add a pseudo. What's a good pseudo you find in a forest, guys? Having all the pseudos in one place is really lackluster. It's like, you go here, get your pseudo legendary. It's after the first gym, so it gets no XP anyway. And it has no good moves until it evolves. Oh, I have done it. Oh, I didn't think I'd done that. So, Lanish, I didn't add that. A lot of the stuff I've done is like other people have made changes to the engine. Add wandering legend escapes before you can even attack it. That's just mean. Could do that. That's the point. I mean... but then it would be naff, absolutely naff, just walking in like, oh, here's all the legendaries. Okay, I'm going to do that. So, you want a cave you can reach with all the legendaries in. We're going to do it. Let's do it here. That's the point. Pseudo legendaries. No, let's not do it there. Let's do it. Okay, let's do it here then. So you want early pseudo legendaries or cave with all the pseudo legendaries in. So we can do this here. We'll just quickly make the cave. And then we just need to make it higher. I need to bring this across one. And then we pop that on there. Close that off. Create that. Okay. Made a cave of level 100 but can't be captured with multiples. Somewhat hidden away. Oh, you want it somewhat hidden away. Okay, so we're doing it hidden away. Maybe we should put it here. Not here. Like, how about this cave here? This is where, like, on the top of Mount Ruspero. Made a cave level on, I don't know, late game HM to get there. Yeah, I was going to do, so like, if you have it really early on. Well, maybe actually we do have, like, somewhere early on you can find early. But you can't access it. Like, you need, so you can get in there. But the moment you get in there, it's like, you need waterfall. Where would be a good place to put it? Maybe here. So this is a map which I'm currently not using. Connects to it connects to the little middle area here. The idea is you once you get to this point, you can come through. I don't know. Let me finish my dojo first. Perfect. Yeah, there. Okay. Let's throw it in then. Fuck it. Let me save all of this. You can see, like, the sheer amount of space I still need to work with. Alright, coming down here, I've got the harbour to do. And that's just a little connection. We've added some water here. There's a whole map here, which is empty. No, I'm never done. I was just making up space and stuff, but... let's move chat. I still need to do this bit. Okay. So we want a cave. Let's literally we can extend into this point here a little bit. And then we can go, where's our, we can do this. And then we go to dungeons. Let's call it this. Add new group. Pseudo cave. Add a maze to get there. We've got the other maze already. Because this area is not going to be. I thought we wanted it easy. It's like we can have an easy area. We don't need a cave to get there. Like if we want a big maze area, we have like loads of mazes all over the place. And then you like spread them out. If you want like a final pseudo legendary cave, best places to put it would be Evergrande City. But if we want it super early, yeah, because I haven't got anywhere enough space to make a. I haven't got enough space to make a. Oh, okay. I'm get what you're saying now. Like I'm on board. I'm just trying to think somewhere where it is like super early, where you can't miss walking past it. You're eating breakfast while watching. What time? Where are you based? There must be like Australia or somewhere on the east. Japan? No, Japan will be like 5 a.m. If you want to edit Pokemon stats, should I use YAPE? I don't know. What about an unknown cave? I haven't even looked at Unknown Caves yet. What's the software name? The software I'm using to edit maps is called Pokemon. Sorry, it's called Pori Maps. Angelo, if you join our Discord, and I might be able to help you there because I need to go in like 3 minutes. Benjamin, I'm gonna have a look off stream, but I haven't got enough time to make it here. But and then like Unknown Cove will work as well. I'm just making notes of these. I'll make notes of these on my list. So Burkina, this is Pori scripts. It works with Decomp Emerald, and then the coding uses I use something called Pori script. But thank you for the follow. Please don't affect Megastones for pseudos. So all the Megastones are already in the game. Custom ones aren't done yet. A lot of the custom stuff I haven't. Like, loads of custom stuff we want to do, but there's all the Megastones. They are in the code. They're not all in the game. I think currently you can only get Blastoise and Charizard. Why? But at the same time, you also can't use them because of this building here. So this town is called Rubello Town. And this gym, I call it a gym. It's a custom gym. This is where you're going to get your Mega Stone, your Mega Bracelet. Once you've got that, you'll be able to do it. And this is between Gym 5. So it's just above Berry Boy. And a load of more work I need to do. So what have we managed to do today? Bloody nothing. But there's our dojo. We've got that out, which is kind of cool. Tower of Water. It exists. It's not finished. Let me just put an invisible wall in so people don't come down here. There we go, invisible wall. Can you get Mega Evolve mid to late game? You can get Mega Evolution from after you've got Surf, yeah. But this game is also going to have... this game is going to have a different version. It's not going to be the same ROM, but I'm going to make another ROM based off all the changes I've made here, which is going to be fully open world. Like, you can start in any town you want, and there's like no blockers. You don't need anything to, you don't need to unlock the HMs. You'll just start with all of the flags set. Because you don't need HMs in this game. Like, you kind of do, but you don't need to teach them to Pokemon. So in that version of the game, you'll be able to get Mega Evolution from like the go. Like, you can go straight to Rubello Town and unlock Mega Stones. What program am I using? I'm using Pori Maps to do my map making. And then the code itself is in PoriScript C++, which I code with using Visual Studio Code. And yeah, so here's a bit of C code, and here's the code looks like this. I got a better one. Yes, and then like all the coding looks like this. Add to to tie to the event scripts. Like it's not just like download this one program and you can edit all the games. This just does the map making. But what I like about it is you end up with a GBA file at the end, like a straight up ROM you can use. Like, you can put it on a cartridge and do what you like with it there. I think is the best thing. Like, if you could have a tool to add things to cartridges, yeah, brilliant tool. I'm going to bring this down one. When's my next stream? My next stream will probably next Thursday. I can only really stream once a week. I'm at a party Saturday, so I can't do this weekend, and I need to spend Sunday with my wife. Monday I'm out, Tuesday I'm out. So it's either Wednesday or Thursday. Wednesday I might be streaming gameplay, but yeah, I really get no time. I'd love to be able to stream more often, but running a full-time job and then having to keep a wife happy. When do you get time? A wife is a full-time job in herself to keep sane. I'm just going to raise this by 2, just so I can do some blocking. Like this. No, Doc. No, this is Duford. Doc's here. How do I get a ROM to play this? I've got to be careful with distribution for obvious reasons. But you can get the demos. You can get the latest demo from our Discord, which you can find in our profile. I will also be releasing the next demo. So the plan is to release a new demo every 2 weeks. So hopefully I'll be able to get the next demo out for you guys next weekend sometime. Which generation? This generation will be up to Generation 8. I'm looking at adding Generation 9. Mr. and John, thank you for coming on. Yeah, Duford 2.0. We've got the Crystal Caves with Crystal Onyx. I've got the second Crystal Cave to work on. We've got some wild Pokemon. We have a fishing shack where you can get some fishing challenges. And then we've got the dojo where you can get some stuff. I can't stay any longer because my wife needs me to pick her up. So thank you guys. I will see you all later. Shit, thank you for popping in. I've just seen you there. But I need to go. And yeah, join our Discord if you want to keep up to date